When you get put through the fire, it separates truth from the lies. You're fake and fronting these nuts the way your wood meets iron. Your doctrine may be on point, but it's your motives I question. Yeah, I get put through the fire, but that's how one makes a weapon. The book I'm dissecting, inwardly reflecting the spirits I've been tried. So it's you I'm reject. They ask Peasy, why you going in on the bridge? And the higher say, Kwame, so we don't need no leaven. No, now a little bit, a higher the ventriloquist. Put a key in my back, his word, but it sound like I'm saying it. To the people I'm relaying it, got them replaying it. You think this beat was a demon, and Shia got me straight slaying it. Bugging, giving the bars beat the judgment. To the righteous sound like harmony, to others it gives concussions. Truth, bringing the fire to the booth, spitting hard bars. I think I just lost the tooth. Now this music ain't secular. I'm just taking it back and care less about your vernacular words. I gon' take it back. Righteous, upright, well respected. No Democrat or Republican, but may be elected. He on the campaign, ain't looking for votes. He vow to stick to the book. His father he quotes, ridiculed like Ezekiel. But them his people though, they say they do it for peace, but they doing evil. No matter who you talking to. To the Hebrews that super, just throw the stone. Yeah, that goes super. Dave, short for David. Yeah, he make music but put in work out those straight shots like David. Yeshaya, please save me. I ain't got your strength. They do it for rank, but for a higher, I do it in pain. Tearing down strongholds, calling out the liars. Now they coming together to shut me up like Jeremiah. They stand to testify, to stand and test the time like fine wine. The metal that's made fine, it sounds like. Yeah, right there. That's what it sounds like. You feel me? It sound like it's hot but beautiful at the same time. You feel me? Real Judah, you dig? Yeah, just making fine metal out of us. You feel me? You know, refining us like we in a refinery. You dig? And listen to it. You hear me? Yeah. We pass through that every day. You dig? We just don't want to get stuck in that. You hear me? So we follow them scriptures. We follow the commandments. Do these works. Keep our faith up, you hear me? Because either or, you know what I'm saying? Righteous or wickedness, you feel me? Let go. It's truth for life, 100% of faith. Abraham's bosom or waiting the lake. I chose the fire, not the eternal fire, but the fire that shows I have the requirements that's required. Works, faith, and the conviction to practice the both with serpents all in your face. Patience, even with the burner on your waist. Turn your cheek and show love, that's what the burner on your waist. Diligence, temperance, kindness to your brother. Treat him like yourself and treat her like your mother. He said do these things and your team gon' grow. Next you will be assured and you will fall no more. Screw Jehovah, Peter gave me the blueprint. I'm gon' pass through the fire, but Peter gave me the coolant. The plastic gon' burn up, the wood gon' burn up. Everybody 100, man, the kingdom gon' turn up. Feel a war coming, so I bring warriors to the body. You bring teachers, she bring doctors, but we all one body. Fight hard and love hard, you better ask somebody. You gon' praise a higher for ox, that'll blast somebody. Real talk, real Judah. I show love full time, but I'm a part-time shooter. I'd rather pass through the fire, cause I'm knowing hell hot. Young P's a real Judah, I pray I make it past the melting pot. Yeah, Judah. The bar you shot on mouth. Kwame Yashala, I appreciate the beat, man. I'm trying to wake up our people and keep our people motivated, you feel me? Real talk, real Judah, you feel me? I love when Hebrews get together and make classes. This is about edifying the body. That's precept right. On precept, body edification coming soon. Real talk, real spit, real Judah.
Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for tonight. I am Kayel. In the building, everybody's asleep. Wifey, my butter pecan, and my young Hebrew all asleep for the night. So we are solo dolo in there. I've been trying to get this lesson to you guys for a couple of days now, but a lot of things have been going on, and thankful for the Most High providing for the family and doing what we need, and all praises. So tonight, man, we are dealing with a topic called oppression makes a wise man mad. I see my brother Yawan is in the building. Juan, what's good with your brother Chawa? So, you know, we live in a world right now where oppression seems to just be normal. right? To where the things we've gone through, from slavery to Jim Crow to welfare to redlining to bombing our churches, we as a people are accustomed to being oppressed in this land. So much so that when we make little strides, such as we are in present day, right? We make little strides, a couple of millionaires here, a couple of business owners there, a couple of high profile people here and there. We think that we've gotten a piece of the pie. But it's very similar to a sales in a store. Store will tell you we got 30% off. Come on in. What they don't tell you is that their products started 50% higher than the market rate, than a retail rate. So when they tell you that they're going to give you a 30% decrease, they still haven't gotten you back to zero or to the actual retail price. You still are paying 20% more than you should. That's the same scenario with our community in this land. Now, many that believe that we are living off the land, many believe that we are the problem of the land, being that we're 14% of this nation, but yet, as someone said it earlier, I was listening to, we're 100% of the problem. We don't vote right, we don't work enough, we talk too much, we complain, because they believe the measuring stick is slavery. If you're not in slavery, which you were, then you're doing outstanding. We know it to be opposite. And all of that is what adds to the oppression, the unseen oppression that happens to us. This unseen oppression, these laws, these systematic things that have been put in place to keep us in an oppressed manner, but because many of us have that Stockholm syndrome, where we have fallen in love with our capturer and fight for him. This is oppression. This is what the scripture speaks about when it talks about how even the greatest, the most royal people can be seen as beasts. We know that the story of Nebuchadnezzar, that tells you as a ruling king of the entire world, the Most High brought him down to humble him for 7 years, where he ate like the beast of the land and walked on all fours. We read in our last lesson how the Most High said that he separated his angels from us so that we will realize that we were beasts. We were no different than the beast of the earth. And though both of us die and both of our remains go into the earth, the question is, does just man's breath go back into the creator, or does the animals go to the ground? And as the scripture said, it doesn't matter. It all belongs to the Most High. We are talking why our kids act out. We are talking why the men don't know that they're men anymore. We're talking why they don't know what the definition of a woman is anymore. We're talking systematic oppression, trying to roll with it, and then releasing displaced anger upon, most of the time, people that don't deserve it. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, where the Most High spoke about this oppression being unto us if we did not turn back unto him. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 33 through 34. And it reads, though you take much seed out of the field, you shall gather it you shall gather in little. That's oppression. To work your butt off and to have the United States take 30% of that before you even buy food, pay rent, or anything that you need. He says, let me start at 38 of Deuteronomy 28. I was supposed to start at 33, but let me go back up to 33. I was at 38. And it said, though you make much seed out of the field, you shall gather in little, for the locust shall consume it. So going up to verse 33 of 28 of Deuteronomy, it reads, a people you do not know shall eat up the produce of your soil and all your gains. You shall be abused and downtrodden continually until you are driven mad by what your eyes behold. Our eyes are beholding things such in this era, in this moment right now, that we are trying to act like doesn't matter. You got some people that really are trying to live by standards of 20 years ago. You have people that have sticking their head in the ground like an ostrich and refusing to deal with what they're actually seeing because it's too much. Verse 33, Deuteronomy 28, a people you do not know shall eat up the produce of your soil and all your gains. You shall be abused and downtrodden continually, Brother Yawan. Verse 34, until you are driven mad by what your eyes behold. We're going to go to 35. The Most High will afflict you at the knees and thighs with a severe inflammation, from which you shall never recover, from the sole of your foot to the crown of your head. Verse 36, the Most High will drive you and the king you have set over you to a nation unknown to you or your fathers, where you shall serve other gods of wood and stone. Verse 37, you shall be a consternation, a proverb, and a byword. Niggers. Among all the peoples to which the Most High will drive you. So everybody will see Black Americans or Black people in the same manner, no matter where they are. If you're in India, there's a caste system, separates the light skin from the dark. Everywhere we fall under this curse. This oppression that we're feeling, we think it's us. We think that we are the problem. And guess what? This world is so confusing. That's true and false. We as the people are the problem. It's true and false. It's false from the narrative of the world that has given you that you're the problem. The reason they say you're the problem is not why we're the problem. Their issue is that they want to make sure that they continue to drain, as the scripture says, all that they can from us. Their only problem is fighting amongst each other to see who's going to rule over us and take our money. I see Sarah's in the building. Who's going to take our money? That's their only question. So then, where is it true that we are the problem? We are the problem when it comes scripturally, when it comes spiritually, that we have not come back unto the Most High and his laws and commandments. So, true and false, same statement. We as a people are the problem, not because of what the world says we are the problem and the byword that we've been called from Black to Negro to nigger. Well, Negro is what we are, but nigger. It's the byword, the derivative of where we come from. When I say Negro, I know a lot of people think that that's a word that only comes from the Spanish enslaving us. It goes before that. It goes back to the royal line of David, where the royal line was called, the royal leader was called the Nagid. Oh, yeah. It goes deep. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Staying in 28, we're going to drop down to verse 65. And it reads, it says, yet even among those nations you shall find no peace, nor shall your foot find a place to rest. The Most High will give you there an anguished heart and eyes that pine and a despondent spirit, a despondent spirit. This is from the oppression. The oppression is given through the laws and the nations that have put this on us, and they've given us the little red devil to blame everything on, and not them. It's the devil that's doing this to you. No, it's the governments. And our scripture said that it would be the governments that would put this oppression upon us. Oppression makes a wise man mad. What is that saying? That's saying that what is normally of wisdom, what is normally royal, what is normally something to be in awe of, is now mad, angry. Doesn't sound like they're making clear sentences, enraged at all times, displaced anger, happening generationally because it's in our DNA. Yeah. When the Most High speaks about what he would do unto us and we can see it, do we still give the credit to the oppressors, the ones that we see? If we can read it and we can see that it's happening and we can feel the oppression, we can feel ourselves going mad, before we lose our freaking minds, can we get that the people that we are pointing at is not the ones that's doing it? They're the facilitators. The Most High is the one that's doing it. So to break the cycle of it, we have to go to the source and ask the source, what does it need in order to break this cycle of oppression? Well, good thing for us, he wrote it. He said, follow my laws, statutes, and commandments. It says, come out of her. As long as you're there, you're going to be mad. You're going to be oppressed. You're going to be anguished. It says, the nations you shall find no peace, nor shall your foot find a place to rest. The Most High will give you there an anguished heart and eyes that pine and a despondent spirit. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 3. First Samuel chapter 8, verse 3, and it reads, but his sons did not follow in his ways. They were bent on gain. They accepted bribes, and they subverted justice. Who are we talking about? See, as I'm expressing to you that the Most High said through nations, he's using this oppression. Well, when we go back to the beginning, we find that the Most High never wanted us to be under a nation. In fact, he did not want us to even have a king. That's how much he was not about governments, our creator. He says, when Samuel brought it to him, they want a king, which you know came to be Saul. Most High said, that's not what I want for you. They're not going to listen, but that's not what I want for you. And tell them that if it happens, that is who's going to oppress you. But if that's what you want, because you want to be like the other nations. See, way before we got brought into these other nations, we envied these other nations when we walked with the Most High. Do you understand that? We walked with him. We had Samuel, the prophet, speaking to us before there was a David, before there was a Saul. But what went wrong? Samuel's children went left. This is what it's speaking of in 1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 3. It says, but his sons did not follow in his ways. They were bent on gain. They accepted bribes and they subverted justice. So in their minds, Samuel's about to die. This is the priesthood and the leadership that's going to be on us. They want the Most High to give them a king. Instead of trusting that the Most High would make straight what he made crooked. Instead of trusting and staying with the Most High, you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's what we did. So the problem. Yes, we are the problem, and no, we're not the problem. We're not the problem of this world because we're not of this world, but we are a problem to the Most High because we are not coming back to his laws, statutes, and commandments. We're following these gods of these other nations. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 12. We're going to go to verse 3 again. Staying in 1 Samuel, we're going to chapter 12. And it reads, here I am, testify against me in the presence of the Most High, in the presence of his anointed one, whose ox I have taken. So, wow, we got this title of anointed one that has been given to someone in a new covenant. But here, this is everyday conversation in the time of Samuel. His anointed one is the one that's doing something wrong. Get this, it says, testify against me in the presence of the Most High and in the presence of his anointed one, colon, whose ox I have taken, or whose ass I have taken. Whom have I defrauded, or whom have I robbed? From whom have I taken a bribe to look the other way? I will return it to you. They responded, you have not defrauded us, and you have not robbed us, and you have taken nothing from anyone. He said to them, the Most High then is witness, and his anointed is witness to your admission this day that you have found nothing in my possessions. They responded, he is. So you have a time where man spoke to other men as anointed ones. You have a man saying, who did I steal from? He says, and he's referring to the anointed ones as any of the tribe. It says, in the presence of his anointed one, colon, which means everything that follows that goes with this, whose ox I have taken, or whose ass I have taken, question mark. Whom have I defrauded, or whom have I? So as he's talking to the group, he's saying, y'all are anointed. Y'all are part of the tribe. We are of the Most High. We are walking. We are Yehuda. Who of the anointed ones have I defrauded or taken from? Do we understand how far of a cry we have come from being considered anointed ones? Do we understand how far we have come from thinking that we are worthy to be called the anointed ones, the ones that bring judgment from the Most High, that speaks of his law. We have relegated ourselves to their religion and allowing them to say one person was anointed and no one can be as that anointed person. Do we understand how far the stick has moved? To us, me, the body being anointed, to singular where you can't reach. The Most High says, yeah, your oppression that's made you mad, you have lost sight of who you are and whose you are and what you have. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Ecclesiastes 4, we go on to verse 1. I further observed all the oppression that goes under the sun, the tears of the oppressed, with none to comfort them, and the power of their oppressors, with none to comfort them. Then I accounted those who died long since more fortunate than those who are still living. Verse 3, and happier than either are those who have not yet come into being and have never witnessed the miseries that go on under the sun. There's a true misconception that we are better than our history. There is a true misconception that we are the problem that can't get right. I had a brother in my car today, and he was talking about the term that we call, they've given the younger generation, the YNs, right? Supposedly in a derogatory manner, which is what we read in Deuteronomy 28, that would be known as bywords. And he was like, we can't get ourselves together because of the YNs. I said, really? We blame ourselves on the standards of our oppressor, not on the standards that the Most High set for us to do. To point the finger at us and say that the problem is that we're not living up to Massa is a problem. When we read and understand that, as Ecclesiastes gives us wisdom, that this oppression has gotten worse through time. Our end times tells us that it will be of a time that's never been seen before, that the oppression and the persecution of the saints will be like never seen before. Are we not there? We are not better than we were before. We should be praying unto ancestors. We'll be praying to Moshe if that was the case. Moses' 5 books is in Christianity, Quran, and in Judaism. We would be just rocking with that. Let's go to Proverbs 17. Proverbs 17, verse 8. We're going to go all the way to verse 23. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 8. A bribe seems like a charm to him who uses it. He succeeds at every turn. He who seeks love overlooks faults, but he who harps on a matter alienates a friend. It's a balance, right? A bribe seems like a charm to him who uses it. He succeeds at every turn. He who seeks love overlooks faults, but he who harps on matters alienates his friends. Verse 10, a rebuke works on an intelligent man more than 100 blows on a fool. An evil man seeks only to rebel the oppressed man. A ruthless messenger will be sent against him. Sooner meet a bereaved she-bear than a bear that is lost his child, than a fool with his nonsense. It is better to meet a bereaved and angry bear that's a mother that lost her children than to meet a foolish person with his nonsense. Verse 13, evil will never depart from the house of him who repays good with evil. Never. Again, evil will never depart from the house of him who repays good with evil. So that means you're not supposed to turn the other cheek. It says, of him who repays good with evil. To start a quarrel is to open a sluice. I think that's a wound. Before a dispute flares up, drop it. To acquit the guilty and convict the innocent, both are an abomination to the Most High. What good is money in the hand of a fool to purchase wisdom when he has no mind? A friend is devoted at all times, my brother Yuan. A brother is born to share adversity. Devoid of sense is he who gives his hand to stand surety for his fellow. He who loves transgression loves strife. He who builds a high threshold invites broken bones. Man of crooked mind comes to no good, and he who speaks duplicity falls in trouble. Duplicity. You double talk. Forked tongue. These proverbs that I'm reading are the things that are supposed to be morals, for lack of a better word. Morals. And how we deal with each other, how we're supposed to walk amongst this world. We don't know any of this. We don't act in any of these manners. It says, he who builds a high threshold invites broken bones. Man of crooked mind comes to no good, and he who speaks duplicity falls in trouble. One begets a dullard, someone not smart, to one's own grief. The father of a villain has no joy, and a joyful heart makes for good health. Despondency dries up the bones. The wicked man draws a bribe out of his own bosom to pervert the course of justice. And last one, wisdom lies before the intelligent man. The eyes of a dullard range to the ends of the earth, meaning that never satisfied. To the ends of the earth. Reading these proverbs, man, is a way of releasing some of this oppression. Because sometimes we don't see what the measuring stick is. The world is so converted and inverted in lies that we really don't know Look, I was speaking to someone, and as much as I tried to give them the other side of what they were saying, they could not see it. They could only see the side of their pain and their anguish. That's holding on to something that is not yours. You are holding on to a time, to a moment, to a frame. Wisdom lies before the intelligent man, meaning that you understand that what is done has been done. All you can do is ensure the future and that you don't do it again, which is why the Most High instilled repenting. We have to get back to wisdom and walking out that wisdom to combat this oppression. There is no escaping this oppression without wisdom and without the Most High's Ruach HaKodesh. As we stated in the beginning, the oppression comes from him. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 23. An ox knows his owner, an ass its master's crib. Yasharallah does not know. My people take no thought. This goes back to the Proverbs that we just read. I see Truly's in the building. When we understand the Proverbs as it's giving us common sense, as this world doesn't work on common sense, as this world provides as many lies as it possibly can, common sense is not here. They tell you, rely on the science. Don't pay attention to what your eyes see. Rely on the information that they have created. We don't rely on the information that the Most High has created. The Most High says that we are of him, and we are royal, and we are to be following the commandments. We push that aside to follow their measuring stick. The oppression is in their measuring stick. Freedom is in the law of the Most High, as my boy Peasy said at one time. Again, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3, an ox knows his owner, and ass its master's crib. Yasharallah does not know. My people take no thought. They just accept the titles of the Abrahamic faith. Let's drop down to verse 23. And it reads, your rulers are rogues, and cronies of thieves. So they're rogue and they're friends of thieves. And everyone avid for presents and greedy for gifts. They do not judge the case of the orphan, and the widow's cause never reaches them. Assuredly, this is the declaration of the sovereign, the Most High of hosts, the mighty one of Yasharallah. I will get satisfaction from my foes. I will wreak vengeance on my enemies. I will turn my hand against you and smote out your droves as with lye. Now, droves with lye means to get out the impurities of metals. So the Most High is saying, your leaders that you have submitted to, that you are being dispersed to, are rogue and they rocking with thieves. And all they want is gifts. All they want is to extract from us. Most High says, this is a declaration by the Most High, the sovereign one of Yasharallah. It says, and smelt out your droves as with lye, and remove all your slag. That means the people that have been dragging us down inside our own community. I will restore your magistrates as of old, and your counselors as of yore. After that, you shall be called the city of righteousness, faithful city. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's funny because Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, which is the African word for Burkina Faso, means the city of righteous people. Right. So the Most High says, I'm going to get rid of the people that have destroyed my people, that's within my people. This oppression that I'm going to apply, this process of making fine gold out of them, like the song of Peasy had, you know what I'm saying, that we had with Peasy. I haven't stopped sharing that, so I got to change the screen. It's about time. I've been on that for a minute. But this fire that we were put through, this fire we're being put through, this oppression is the fire that we're being put through. It's to make us come out as gold, to get out the ones, even though they may be blood, they may be skin folk, they may be kin folk, but they're not of the Most High. The Most High is gonna get them out, whether we like it or not, and probably in ways that we're not happy about. But that's when they say the persecution of the saints. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:7. The inspiration of our lesson tonight. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7, and it reads, I'm actually going to start at 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 5 to verse 7. Verse 5, it is better to listen to a wise man reproof than to listen to the praise of fools. For the levity of the fool is like the crackling of nettles under a kettle. But that too is illusory. Verse 7, for cheating may rob the wise man of reason and destroy the prudence of the cautious. So it says, for cheating may rob the wise man of reason. So cheating a wise man will make him lose all reasoning in this world. That's what's been happening to us. We've been robbed out of land. We've been robbed of our language. We've been robbed of our culture. We've been appropriated of our culture. We've been robbed of our money, robbed of our spirit. So we are mad. I know I am. That's why I need to be able to read his word. I need to be able to speak his word. I need to be able to talk to others about his word. I need to be enthralled in his word. I need to be fully immersed. Because if not, I could have did what I did in my youth. I could wind up in jail like I did in my youth. I could wind up losing good people as I did in my youth. Please understand, oppression makes a wise man mad. We are wise. We have built this nation. We have taught everyone. We have invented most things. But yet, we're seen as outcasts. As outcasts. No good. The problem. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16. Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 19. You shall not judge unfairly. You shall show no partiality. You shall not take bribes, for bribes blind the eyes of the discerning and upset the plea of the just. Justice, justice shall you pursue. Justice, justice shall you pursue. To you may thrive and occupy the land that the Most High, your Creator, is giving you. So the Most High is telling them before they go into the land that He's giving them, you must be about justice. You must not take bribes. You must not have a blind eye. You must keep a discerning eye. You must be upset at the plea of the unjust. We don't live in that world. We don't live in that society. Let's go to Exodus 23. Exodus 23, verse 8. Do not take bribes, for bribes blind the clear-sighted and upset the pleas of those who are in the right. From Exodus to Deuteronomy to Isaiah to 1 Samuel. Should be a theme, right? We all know we live in an unjust world. We all know that the politicians are corrupt. We know the president's corrupt. We know the Senate's corrupt because of the unequal society we have, because of the social engineering, the hatred amongst people that's pushed by the top all the way down. So we know we're not living in a just place. Anyone that thinks they live in a just place, go talk to a judge. Go talk to somebody that's been doing law for some time. Have a real conversation with them. They'll tell you none of this is justifiable. The laws that they make are loopholes. They're backdoor deals. It's not based upon the actual thing and who's right or wrong. As they say, it's what you can prove in a court of law. That's not justice. Let's go to Isaiah 33, man. I'm about to let you guys out of here. Isaiah 33. The only way you're going to break this oppression is coming back into the Most High, finding joy in His simple things, finding joy in His earth, in His food, in His water, His air, His animals, His birds, His finding joy, man, in good conversation with friends, someone that is a friend that knows you, being able to reminisce, having testimonies. These are fruits. These are joys that the Most High provides that no one can take from you. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 15. And it reads, He who walks in righteousness speaks uprightly, spurns profit from fraudulent dealings, waves away a bribe instead of grasping it, stops his ears against listening to infamy, shuts his eyes against looking at evil. In case you don't know how to break your curses, in case you don't know how to break this oppression, in case you don't know how in your daily life to do it, this is telling you in Isaiah 33, walk the opposite of the world. Ask for the grace and mercy of the Father as you walk through this valley of death. Fear no evil. Let's go to Proverbs 24 for our last one. Proverbs 24, verse 3. Yep, Proverbs 24. Verse 3, Proverbs 24. A house is built by wisdom and is established by understanding. By knowledge are the rooms filled with all precious and beautiful things. Wow. Most High didn't say by being an engineer, by being a doctor, by being a scam artist, by being an entertainer, by being a football player. He said a house is built by wisdom and is established by understanding. By knowledge are the rooms filled with precious and beautiful things. A wise man is strength. A knowledgeable man exerts power. For by stratagems you wage war, and victory comes with much planning. Verse 7, wisdom is too lofty for a fool. He does not open his mouth in the gate. He who lays plans to do harm is called by men a scammer. The schemes of the folly are sin. A scoffer is an abomination to men. A scoffer is an abomination to men. What's a scoffer? One that tells you that following the feast days is not needed. It's a scoffer. Someone telling you going back to the commandments is not needed. It's a scoffer. You raising your household under the law, them saying they don't understand, that's a scoffer. That's an abomination to the Most High. Put that in your peace pipe for a minute and smoke on that. Verse 10, if you showed yourself slack in time of trouble, wanting in power, if you refrained from rescuing those taken off to death, those condemned to slaughter, if you say we knew nothing of it, surely he who fathoms hearts will discern the truth. Oh, the Most High say you don't have a lot because you're giving it to people that's going to die, and you know they're going to die. Wow, huh? What a wow. He says, if you showed yourself slack in time of trouble, wanting in power, if you refrained from rescuing those taken off to death, meaning that you see these people that you're trying to help, but you know the Most High is going to take them off to death because they refuse to get right. So you extended yourself, your family, for ones that ain't following his law. He just outlined scoffers. It's an abomination. And that's people that's taking you away from following the Most High. So most likely they're not following the Most High. And you're exposing yourself as well as extending yourself further than you need to. That's why you find yourself weak in a time of war and wanting power. Talking about breaking this oppression. Oppression makes a wise man mad because we don't know how to operate. We are following the world's operation, and the world tells you to love everybody, when the Most High did not say that. He said that's why you're wanting in power, because you're loving all these nations, you're loving all these gods, you're loving all these different ways of being. So you're wanting in power, you're weak, you're oppressed. It says, those condemned to slaughter. Verse 12, if you say we knew nothing of it, surely he who fathoms hearts will discern. He who watches over your life will know it. Saying that you know these people ain't right. Don't say you didn't know these people you wasn't supposed to be saving them. That's what it's saying. If you have a discerning heart, if you are understanding what the scripture says and what the Most High elevates and what he destroys, you would know it. And he will pay each man as he deserves. Verse 13, my son, eat honey, for it is good. Let its sweet drop be on your palate. No such is wisdom for your soul. If you attain it, there is a future. Your hope will not be cut off. Verse 15, a wicked man, do not lurk. It says, wicked man, do not lurk by the home of the righteous man. Do no violence to his dwelling. Verse 16. 7 times the righteous man falls and gets up, while the wicked are tripped by one misfortune. Oppression. You don't hear people say it all the time, man. Something always happening to me, man. Every time I just make a left, man, other people get away with everything. I can't get away with nothing. You've heard it before. It says, 7 times the righteous man falls and gets up, while the wicked are tripped by one misfortune. Verse 17, if your enemy falls, do not exult. If he trips, let your heart not rejoice, lest the Most High see it and be displeased, and avert his wrath from him. The Most High says, I'm going to destroy the wicked. You need not enjoy that. I need you to focus on the goodness that I got for you. And it says, now last one, do not be vexed by evildoers. Do not be incensed by the wicked, for there is no future for the evil man. The lamp of the wicked goes out. How do we break this oppression? Pay no mind to the evil when they fall or when they rise. Do the opposite of what the world is asking. Come back into the commandments and get the grace and mercy and covering as you turn from the world. The world is going to make you mad. The world is going to oppress you. The world is not going to accept your response because the world is not of justice. So it doesn't recognize your oppression because it's oppressing you. So therefore, you can only take it. Like Diddy, right? Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. No Diddy around here. All praises unto the Most High Shaddai, as it is written in Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 through 2. I am Shaddai, as he told Abraham. Break your oppression. Come back unto the Most High. We are all mad. Don't act like you're not. Me shalom, all praises.